Guys, welcome back to another episode where today, guys, it's time. We have a real octagon treat for you. If you are familiar with UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championship, I guarantee you know his name, you've heard his voice, and he's got you pumped up, excited, and ready to go for a fight. We have with us Bruce Buffer. Bruce, thank you so much, man, for hopping on the show. Really looking forward to chatting with you for a long time, man. Glad to have you on the show. Hey, how's it going, Bruce?
I'm good, Travis. How are you?
Fantastic. You know, I was almost expecting you to be wearing a suit, but you know, you're always in one. You always look so sharp.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Travis. You know what? It's nice to be able to relax and not have to wear a suit.
Yeah, that was one thing I've always thought about. You know,
I love suits, though. Trust me, my suits are incredible.
Yeah, no, you do have incredible suits. When did you start wearing a suit? You know?
Oh my gosh, when I was a kid, 12 years old.
You've always just felt comfortable in one, you know?
Love suits. I love suits. Tuxedos are extremely comfortable. People don't realize how comfortable they are. My dad was a very classy dresser, old breed style man. And, you know, we went to Europe when I was 12 and he bought me a suit before we went so I could wear it when we went out to nice places. And then in those days, when you go out to dinner to nice places, you dressed up much more than people dress up today.
Yeah. It is one thing I've always kind of kicked around because I work with a lot of business owners and that sort of stuff, and I've always thought about maybe I should just switch to the suit lifestyle because have you ever noticed people treat you differently in a suit, or personal brand? I don't know.
It goes along with the two sayings: the clothes make the man, right, and dress to impress. So when you walk in, do you want to stand out in the room or do you want to look like everybody else?
Yeah. You want to
especially if you're representing your company and your product.
Yeah, exactly. Well, cool. Well, thanks for hopping on and finding the time, for us to meet. And I want to thank our good friend JT Fox. He's a hell of a guy.
He's amazing.
Yeah. So, a few questions that had kind of been in my mind, kind of thinking about this podcast. I've been looking forward to doing it. And I'm coming from like a business point of view, because like I look at you, you got your own personal brand, you're a business guy, and you've been on TV in front of millions of people, for years and years and years. So what are what are some lessons that you've learned about like capturing people's attention, and how could you apply that to a business?
Well, when you're representing your product, first off, you want to be a product of your products. You want to come in with total confidence, total knowledge about everything. When you walk in a room, it's like when I get back to my father, when I was younger, I walk in and go, "Hi, Dad." He goes, "Son, project your voice, shoulders back, chest out. Let them know you're in the room. Like take command of the room." Right. So if you're walking in, whether it's me walking out in the octagon or walking out on an appearance with JT Fox or JT Fox walking on stage, JT commands presence, right? Presence with his voice, presence with his assertiveness, presence with his confidence and the self-assuredness that he exudes, which I like to exude myself. I don't believe I'm better than anybody else. I don't believe in being cocky. I believe in just being strong and representing and being the best you can be. And when you step on that yellow brick road to your future, like I say on my podcast, whether you're first, second, third, 10th or whatever, if you are performing at your best and being your best, then you're winning because then you're representing yourself. So with that being said, when you talk to people, look them in the eye, direct contact, right? You shake somebody's hand, shake it firmly, not too hard. Be attentive, be considerate of who you're speaking to. And like a poker player, it's not the cards, you play the player, you don't play the cards. So understand the room you're walking into, who you're talking to, pre-prepare for it mentally to give you that confidence level when you go in to represent yourself and your product or your venture, whatever you're selling.
Yeah. And that is something that you definitely exude is an essence of confidence, and you're I don't know if this is the wrong thing to say, but you're kind of a hype guy, you're getting everybody excited and it's confident. It's like, you guys are about to see something really exciting, like this is going to be awesome. And
well, I appreciate that. I never thought I'd become a cheerleader and I became the ultimate cheerleader. So my job is to enhance the fans and the fighters beyond the moment that they're experiencing at that time. And that's what I'm supposed to do, to take you to the next level. So the show is not about me. It's about me heightening the level of what is going on.
Yeah. Bringing everybody, I don't know, up. Yeah. Bringing everybody up. So and that's kind of like an interesting thing, because that's something I feel like I've always kind of struggled with, is that, kind of commanding the room and exuding that confidence. I didn't have a dad to tell me that, but that's a really good lesson. And I really like that you said that. So is that something that you at this point, it's probably just second nature to you, but at one point it wasn't, right? Like having that confidence.
I I've always been comfortable speaking in front of people.
Hmm.
I owned a number of companies in my 20s and 30s, and number of telemarketing companies where I had, doing telemarketing legally and proper, not like the Wolf of Wall Street, but I was like the
Yeah.
Wolf of LA because I was good at what I did.
Yeah.
Um, but I would have anywhere from 50 to 100 people working for me, and I have to direct them, close the sales, teach them, do everything. So I gained a lot of confidence early on dealing with people, and I had no. A lot of people have a hard time with public speaking, even
Yeah.
standing in front of a group of 10 people and speaking. So the best thing you can do to gain confidence maybe be to film yourself and
Yeah.
watch yourself. That's one of the hardest teaching aids there is, but one of the
Yeah.
most realistic teaching aids there are too. But to answer your question directly, I've always had a very confident feeling. I don't get nervous. I go out there and make it happen. It's kind of like being in a fight. The first time you get punched or you throw a punch, you're
Hmm.
nervous before the fight, sparring in martial arts or fighting for real. And then you're in the fight. And that's what it is. The moment you express and get a reaction from the audience, you're in the event.
Yeah. You
There's
present.
no turning back.
Yeah. Yeah. You're present in the moment. Interesting. So you said that you were in sales. Were you doing telemarketing before you got into the octagon
Oh
and
yeah, no, absolutely. I didn't get into the octagon until I was 36 or 37 years old.
oh, wow.
I owned a number of different companies. My first company I owned when I was 19, and the telemarketing taught me sales, taught me a lot. I've trained not hundreds, probably over the years, 1,000 or more salespeople.
Yeah.
Maybe even thousands, considering the big group meetings I've had too. So um, I consider myself a natural leader,
Hmm.
and I have a 3-foot theory. I love to see everybody around me successful, happy, and healthy. So if that happens with everybody around me, then it all comes back to me.
Yeah. Take care of your people, they'll take care of you. Absolutely.
Yep.
Can I ask, what were you doing, B2B or B2C in your telemarketing ventures?
It was business to consumer. We were selling office supplies.
Office
The final
supply.
thing I
Okay.
saw was paper and toner for photocopiers, which is a very big telemarketing product back then.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
So
I
that,
I made great money doing it.
yeah, yeah. There's a lot of money in cold calling and telemarketing.
You got to have the will to do it. But it's like sales. It's like Zig Ziglar said, you got to get 10 no's to get a yes. And
Yeah.
that's something you can't let rejection bother you. You can't let rejection bother you in sales. You can't let rejection bother you in telemarketing sales.
Mhm.
Just consider that no, you're getting closer to that eventual yes and that commission you're searching for.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So that's interesting. I've kind of, my entire career has been telemarketing, but I do business to business telemarketing, and so I didn't know that we had that in common. That's kind of cool. One of your taglines or is it's time, right? Like that's like your tagline. So
That's
do
my
you think
trademark. Yeah.
your trademark? Yeah. Do you think that's important to have in a business? Having like a one liner, like,
No, I think it depends on your business. When I first got into announcing, I was managing my brother, the famous legendary announcer Michael Buffer, living for his "Let's Get Ready to Rumble" phrase, which together we trademarked and built it into the brand that it is today.
yeah,
Um, I didn't want to be trademark driven. To me, it was not what I say; it's how I say it. What's more important, and eventually I did come up with the trademark 7 years into my announcing and built it into what it's been built in today. But getting away from my original story, in answer to your question, branding is more important
mhm,
first to build a brand. If once you build a brand, which if you have a company called ABC, your website should be ABC, your business card should be ABC, your email should be ABC. Everything should be uniform to create your brand. So you have a
mhm,
base to work from. Now, when you create the brand and you have, let's say, a product that you're representing that's unique to yourself, a service that's unique to yourself, if in your advertising and your branding process, you come up with a phrase that's unique, that really applies to that people will remember, sure, that can be very important, but it's not an absolute necessity.
yeah,
In my business, which I learned from my brother, there's a point in the announcing that you lose the audience when you're going into the sponsors and the judges and everybody else. You want to bring them back into the event and create the excitement. And that's where that tagline, that trademark phrase, "It's time," comes in, and then everybody explodes, hopefully, because they know that the main event's about to happen. This is the moment they've all been waiting for. This is it.
Yeah, because then you normally go into, this has been brought to you by, so and so forth, and a few sponsors here and there. I think I've heard you say that. That's interesting. So, one question that I have for you is, that's something that I'm trying to do with myself. And part of the reason why JT Fox hooked this up is to kind of help me build a personal brand. So like, if you were a nobody starting over today, but you know everything what would you do to build your personal brand, around your business or whatever it is, like what would you do?
Well, we get back to what I said originally, is where you keep everything uniform.
Okay.
Don't sway from it. Don't try to do two different brands at once. If you're going to try to create that kind of an image for people to remember, then you want to stay consistent in your efforts to do that. Right. And I would need more information about what it is you're selling, right, to give you a little more information. But what I would do, no matter what business you're in, is pick 3 companies that are in the same business, right? It's very rare that you open up a business that nobody else has ever done. Right?
Yeah.
It can happen, but it's very rare. And great if you can. And ask yourself or analyze them and figure, what are their success formulas? What is the reason they have become so successful, right? And then juxtapose it into your own identity and your own style, so that you create a unique style for yourself, but following some of the success principles. You're not copying, you're just going over observations of what they've done to make themselves successful. But one thing that's really important is you truly have to believe in your product. Right? It's one thing to sell a widget you don't believe in to make money. It's another thing to sell a widget you truly believe in to make money. And one of the key things that I tell everybody is that you want to have passion for what you're doing. And if you can find out what you're truly passionate about and monetize it, then you're living a lifestyle. You're not just going to work.
Yeah.
And you eat, breathe, live 24/7, your brand and who you are. And so the 3-foot theory, share it with everybody that's within 3 feet of you.
Is your podcast, is it called It's Time, or is it the Bruce Buffer Show, or what's the title of your podcast?
It's called It's Time. It's Time.
Okay. It's
My
time.
energy drink is called It's Time.
It's time. I didn't know you had an energy drink. That's badass.
Yeah. My cologne is It's Time.
Okay.
It's branding and marketing all the way around.
That's interesting. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know you've done so much of that. So with your, your B2B business, or no, your B2B business, where you're selling like, office supplies and printer and cartridges, that sort of stuff. That's kind of like a very commoditized business, right? Or maybe it wasn't at the time.
It was what? Hard to monetize?
Was it commoditized? Like, oh, it's just like whatever's cheaper, we just want the cheapest option, or,
it wasn't, it's like selling somebody. It wasn't that we're saving them money. It was more that we were creating convenience to have it delivered. Okay. And also to calling up people, having checked their supplies and see if they need it. And then just say, hey, we'll have it to you. Yeah, we discounted it a little bit, but it wasn't a big deal. It's all in the presentation. When you talk to somebody, you don't need to sell them. You need to tell them. You almost want to let them sell themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Cause one of the things that I run into in my business is, so what I do is I work with our car dealerships, and we help them with their extended warranty products that they offer to their customers.
Right.
So like we provide those to the dealership. So if you buy a car, they're going to try to offer you a warranty. We provide the warranties for the dealers to sell to their customers. And one thing that I've ran into is like, it's kind of like a very competitive, commoditized industry where it's like, okay, it's all the same paper. It's all the same products. It does everything the same for the customer. So it's either cheaper, or maybe you have a new widget, but mostly just kind of comes down to you as the individual, like me, the relationship with the owner. And another guy, I was talking to was, telling me that, it's just kind of like how you treat people. And JT Fox, it kind of told me it's about getting known, and so I guess, what I'm trying to ask you is, if you were going to try to get known, you said you're going to be consolidated, solidarity across all your products and brands and services. But, how do you sell yourself on Bruce Buffer? Like why you? Is it just, your personality? What I'm saying?
Well, you're selling what you're saying is, if I gather correctly, is you're saying you're selling a product that other people sell.
Yeah, very commoditized. Exactly.
Right. Kind of like insurance. Okay, he sells
Exactly
insurance.
like
He sells
insurance.
insurance. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
it's all in your presentation. It's how comfortable people are with you. Why should I buy from you when I can buy from somebody else?
Yeah.
Now, if you can offer them a savings over what you know the industry charges, then there's a savings side. If you
Mhm.
can offer them the customer service that maybe they won't get from somebody else, at that point, they need to believe in you.
Yeah.
Right? So it's how you present yourself, right? Why
Mhm.
do you want to buy from me versus anybody else? Well, if you have an issue, if you have a problem, here's my number, here's my email. I'll be right there for you. I'm
Yeah.
always in your corner. I will never leave you empty handed, right?
Yeah.
You have a question about something, I'm available, not 24/7, but I will get back to you right away, right?
Yeah.
Customer
Okay.
service is very key. If you have a product that sells itself, but customer service continues to sell that product.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, yeah, I mean, very cool. Very cool. I appreciate your time. I know I only have a little bit of time left here today on the podcast, but are you doing anything, are you using AI at all in your, announcement,
I
industry that
I
you're in?
I don't. Here's my thing. My partner Kristen and I here, we have a very successful business with personalized audios and videos that we do for people.
Yeah.
Yeah, championship introductions in the octagon, birth of babies. At my website, brucebuffer.com, we do 5, 10 or more weddings a week.
Oh,
Um, Weddings are a big, big business. I don't charge what I could charge. I charge reasonable rates because we want to make everybody affordable and make everybody happy. Also, you have Cameo where you're at.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like in the top 10% on Cameo.
Yeah, I
I don't
bet.
I don't do weddings on Cameo, but I do all these different introductions, whatever the request. And then for businesses too, the requests that come in from businesses for social media promotion or possibly even, representing the product or whatever. But audios and videos are a big business. AI is amazing, but I think it's also problematic. I
Yeah.
think we're going to see a lot of negativity from AI as much as all the positive stuff. So right now, I'm not offering anybody that offers my image on AI is doing it without my authorization.
Gotcha.
So I'm not doing AI at all right now.
I would suspect not, at this point in your time, but because I think you have like that specialized individual, hey, it's real, it's me, it's authentic, it's Bruce, like that's what you're getting. You're not getting some duplicate replica, like you're selling the original.
It's
So
a niche market. Try to
yeah,
keep it a niche market. And the treatment that we give and the way that we handle our customers and what we give them, trust me, it's amazing how happy everybody is.
well, good.
Why not get the real thing? Why do you want to get the real thing? That's the way I look
Yeah,
at
nobody wants the fake. Get the real deal.
it.
So well, cool. Well, thanks, Bruce. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, and awesome to have you on the podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much, Travis. I wish you all the best of success. Big cheers and no fears forever. Make it happen, my man.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.